Welcome back to my new video. This video, I'm going to teach you how you can install Kubeflow. Kubeflow is just a machine learning toolkit that runs on top of Kubernetes. Okay, so it has plugins for notebooks, TensorFlow, model training, model 7. Okay, it has some Argo workflows built in, and it has a big community, so you can check them out. It has a multi frameworks like PyTorch, XGBoost, and the rest. Okay. So if we click on getting started, I'm going to show you how to install it. It has some good documentation, but probably the only thing that might be a problem is how to install it on AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud. Okay, so we are going to use Google Cloud to install it. Okay. So I'm inside my Google Cloud. Okay, so I'm gonna, if you don't see Kubernetes engine, you can click on the hamburger icon and then look for Kubernetes engine and then click on clusters. Okay, once you click on clusters, it should open this window and you click on create. Once you click on create, it should give you two options, either the standard or autopilot. Okay, so I'm going to select the standard configuration. Once I do that, I'm going to give it a name. The name I'm going to give it is Kubeflow, let's say demo. I'm going to select a region. Let's select US Central A. And we're going to leave everything like that. We're not going to select, this is the current version or the default version. Okay, I'm going to leave it by that number. So the next thing I'm going to click on is the default pool. The default pool, you can give it a name, but I'm going to leave it by this default name. Or let's even make it Kubeflow pool. And let's say we are interested in just 3 nodes. Okay. We don't want to enable cluster autoscaler. We don't want to specify the node location. You can do this depending on your use case. I'm gonna click on nodes. So we want to select the image type. Okay. So the image type that I want to choose, let me see the recommended one. Ubuntu with containerd. Okay, that's what I want to choose. Okay. Once I choose that, I'm going to also select the machine type. Okay, the machine type that I'm interested in, let's say 4V CPU and 16 gig memory. That's what I'm interested in. Okay, and I'm going to leave everything open, and the networking, I'm not going to select anything. Security, I'm going to allow full access to all cloud APIs. So that's what I'm going to select. And the service account is going to be the default service account. And then the metadata, I'm going to leave everything open. Okay, so once I do this, I can just click on, you see, you can also see here, estimated monthly cost is going to be $378.51, and it's going to cost you 52 cents per hour. Okay. Okay, so this is the breakdown. Okay, but I'm going to boot this Kubernetes cluster and then shut it down. So I'm not going to incur all these costs. Okay. So let's click on create. This is going to take some time, so I'm going to pause the video. We wait for it. Once it comes back, then we continue. Okay, so as you can see, our Kubernetes cluster is ready. So if we click on it, these are all the information about the cluster. Okay, and it has an endpoint on this IP address with all this information. Okay, so what we are going to do is we're going to search for, let's say, Kubeflow. Let me see. I'm going to find it here. Okay, so this is Kubeflow pipelines. I'm going to click on it. So I'm going to click on configure. Okay, so as you can see, it actually automatically detected Kubeflow, the Kubernetes cluster on this location. And it's a default namespace. You can create your own namespace. Let's call it Kubeflow NS, referring to namespace. And we can also call it Kubeflow pipelines demo. And we're going to leave everything open. We're not going to configure anything here. So we're going to click on deploy. This is also going to take a bit of time, so let's wait for it to come back. Yeah, so as you can see, our Kubeflow is ready. And as you can see, this is the cluster name, the namespace, some annotations, and then the console. So the console can be located here, okay, with all these components ready, okay. So that is that. Once, let me see event, YAML, version history, okay. Let me go back to details. I'm going to click on the Kubernetes Kubeflow demo. Okay, yeah, so I think everything looks good. Everything looks good. Let me see the nodes. These are all the nodes, 3 nodes. They are all ready in green. Okay, storage, logs. Okay. Okay, so you can also connect to the cluster. If I copy this command and I go to my terminal and then I run that command. You see, it's connected. Let me see, kubectl get namespace. Okay, so they are all active. This is the namespace we created. Okay, so we can change the context. Okay, so context, we can change it to Kubeflow NS. Okay, and we can also get all. Okay, so you can see everything is deployed. These are all the ports that are deployed, and these are all the services. And then these are all the deployments, and then the replica sets. Okay, so everything looks good. Our Kubernetes cluster is working. Okay, so I'm going to close that, and I'm going to go back. Okay, so let's look at workloads. Everything is also okay here. Nothing crazy. Okay. Let me click on deploy and see. Yeah, we don't want to deploy anything, so I'm going to go back. Okay. Nothing to create. Everything looks good. Okay. All right. So once I look for how do you call it? Kubeflow. Kubeflow pipelines. Configure. Okay. We've created it already, so we don't have to create it again. So let me go back to look for AI. What is it? AI. AI platform. And I'm going to click on pipelines. Okay, once I click on the pipelines, I'm going to click on Open Pipelines Dashboard. Okay, this is where our Kubeflow lives. So once I click on it, I'm going to open the dashboard for Kubeflow. Okay. So this is our Kubeflow dashboard. You can see all the tabs, pipelines, experiments, runs, recurring, runs, artifacts, and execution. So let me click on pipelines. So it comes with some default pipelines. Okay. Let me see if there's any experiment. It's only one default experiment. You can create your own experiment. There are no runs. Let's say artifact, nothing. Execution, nothing. So let's go to the pipeline. Let's select the taxi tip prediction model trainer. And as you can see, this is the execution graph. You can also look at the YAML. But if I want to run this, I'm going to click on create run, and I'm going to choose the experiment, which is default. And yeah, I'm going to leave everything as is, and then just run this and see what we get. Okay, it started running. Okay, so it's actually running. So let's wait for it. You can see it's running. No outputs yet. So let's wait for it to finish. Yeah, so as you can see, the pipelines are running the CSV example gen, statistics gen. So let's look at the CSV gen. And once you click on the input, you see these are the inputs and some logs, some outputs, and then some logs. Look at visualization. See, there are some info about it, details, logs. You can see all the logs, okay, coming from the CSV gen, example gen, CSV example gen. Let's look at the port. Okay, so let's look at the statistics gen. We click on it. These are the metadata visualization. Okay, it's loading. Okay, you can see the statistics about the data. You can see some bar graphs here that you can look at as a data scientist. You can look at some statistics, some logs. You see, these are some logs about the statistics. Okay. Okay, let's go back to the schema. Okay, the schema gen. You see, these are the schema of the data set. Okay, these are the schema. Okay. And other metadata about the pipeline. Okay, so let's look at the example validator. You can see the metadata here, some visualization. There are no anomalies with the data. Okay, some details. Let's look at the transform. These are also the input and output metadata visualization. Okay, nothing to visualize here. Okay, but you can see some static HTML file. Okay, some details, the volume, the logs. Yeah, and the last container is the trainer. So yeah, I think that is it for now. You can see some binary accuracy here, 67.5%. So let's look at the visualization. Okay. You see, these are the training execution properties. Okay. You can also start the tensor board here. Let me click on it and see how fast. Okay, let me open the tensor board. Okay, there's some error, so I'm going to stop it. Maybe it hasn't started yet, so I'm just going to close it. Okay. Some details, volume logs. You can see it's still training, I guess. Okay, the training is done. Okay, it's now evaluating. Okay. Okay, you can see this is the Keras model that is training. You can see these are all the logs and then the total parameters here. Okay. You can see all the model structure, the model architecture here. Okay. So yeah, I think that is all for this video. In our couple videos, I'm going to do some tutorials on Kubeflow, how you can train your model on Kubeflow. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.